Sopanam 6.
Matrutodhikah karunaya guru mam prashasitun nishchitam tvaya.
Childhood.
Prakriti vikriti bhinnaha Shuddha bodha svabhavaha Sadasadidamashesham Bhasayan nirvisheshaha Vilasati paramatma Jagradadishvavasthasu Ahamaham sakshat Sakshi Rupena Buddhe.
The primal ignorance known as the unmanifest, avyakta or avyakrita prakriti, along with the mind, body and world that emerge out of it, which is the manifest, vikriti, comprise the worldly experience. Paramatma shines forth as pure consciousness, illuminating both the unmanifest and the manifest without being the least affected by them and always remaining separate from them. The Sat, or absolute existence, radiating as uninterrupted consciousness, I, remaining as the witness and substratum of the intellect in the three states of waking, dream and deep sleep, is itself Brahman, or the self. What appears as the Jivatma is only a superimposition on the Paramatma, like a snake on a rope. Just as a rope becomes clearly visible in light, the Nitya Shuddha Buddha Mukta Swarupa, eternal, pure, awakened, ever-free self, is clearly experienced on inquiry. The most unfortunate predicament of man is to forget the truth that is so clear and obvious. The consequence of this forgetfulness is samsara, comprising birth and death. The only way of putting an end to this misery is attaining the knowledge of the self. This is the Upanishadic revelation. It is to proclaim this truth that Bhagavan Shankara descended upon earth. All the sacred rites like Jata Karma, purificatory ritual after childbirth, Namakarana, naming ceremony, Bahirnishkramana, taking the child out of the house for the first time, and Annaprashana, rice feeding ceremony, were performed for the child as per Vedic injunctions. Legends say that within a few days of birth, 7 celestial women visited the house and breastfed the child. The boy grew up in an atmosphere of Bhakti, Jñāna and Vedic tradition. Shivaguru observed that by the age of 3, the child had grasped all the traditional shastras. He performed Chaula ceremony for the small boy. Chaula is the traditional ritual of initiating a boy by shaving the head, leaving a small tuft of hair called shikha, that is flame, at the back. It was a daily ritual for Shivaguru to take his son to the Katyayani temple and the Shiva temple installed by Parashurama, where he was the chief priest. Legends say that the child Shankara got the vision of goddess Katyayani in the form of Sharada, the goddess of knowledge, in this Katyayani temple situated in Manikya Mangalam. The opinion of the Bhaktas is that it is this Katyayani who was praised as Saraswatya Murtihi Parinamati Manikya Vapusha in Saundarya Lahari. Initiation into Gayatri and Vedic studies. Shivaguru decided to perform Shankara's Upanayana at the age of 5 and discussed the matter with the elders in the family. One of them said, Shiva, Garbhashtame Brahmanam Upaniyeta. Usually, a Brahmana's Upanayana is performed when he reaches 7 years of age. that is 8th year from conception. Shiva Guru replied, yes, but there is a special instruction that if an exceptionally brilliant child's Upanayana is performed at the age of 5, Brahma Varchas, that is spiritual vitality, will increase. The elder, being aware of Shiva Guru's profound knowledge, did not pursue the discussion. One day, Shiva Guru beckoned Shankara to his side and said, Shankara, we wish to initiate you into the Upasana of Gayatri through Upanayana. Upa means nearby. Nayana means to lead forward. After this ceremony, you must go to a Guru and study the Vedas. Father, does not Upanayana also mean another eye? Yes, but dear son, what does it mean? With the senses, we perceive this world and not the reality. The power of vision awakened through tapas is the eye of Shraddha, and once it is awakened, the beauty of the self is recognized. The physical eyes show the world to us. The Upanishadic eye reveals the Atman, the self. While the sun gives light to the physical eyes, the Guru is the sun that illumines the Upanishadic eye. That eye of realization is the Prajna Netra that glows in all the 3 states of waking, dream and deep sleep. As it remains changeless in the 3 states, it is also called the Sutra, thread. Is not that Sutra the same as the Brahma Sutra, Yajñopavita, the sacred thread, made up of 3 strands? Shiva Guru stood astonished hearing this interpretation, that too from a 5-year-old child. Dear son, how did you grasp this? Shankara said smiling, Shri Sharada Prasadat, with the grace of the Divine Mother. Father, are you not my Guru? While you were reading out the Purana, I overheard the shloka, Gurvarka Labdhopanishad Suchakshusha Yete Tarantiha Bhavanrutam Buddhim, and also grasped the essence of its meaning interpreted by you to your students. How could I come to know without your grace, Father? The amazing power of grasp and retention of Shankara overwhelmed his father, and he was awestruck. He recollected the tidings from Sartavahagas, that is business travelers, that in a village called Dronipuram, Sirgari, in the Dravidian region, a 3-year-old boy, Jnana Sambandha, had had the vision of Lord Shiva and had sung marvelous devotional songs expressing his deep mystical experiences. Shiva Guru felt that Shankara's intelligence far excelled that. After this incident, Shiva Guru was seen to be more silent, introverted, and always immersed in Shiva Dhyana. He started spending his days and nights meditating on the banks of the Purna or in the nearby Vishnu temple. His attitude towards his son changed, and he started respecting Shankara like a guru. Aryamba Devi also noticed this change. Several months passed by in this manner. Shankara had grasped the essence of several shastras from his father even before his Upanayana. He was never seen to be involved in games or childhood pranks. The serene boy was indeed a marvel. Shiva Guru could only take the decision to conduct the Upanayana ceremony as he left his body before the actual ceremony and was absorbed into the Lord. His final rites were performed according to the Ahitagni Vidhi, the procedure intended for the last rites of an Agnihotri Brahmana. When Shankara turned 5, his relatives performed his Upanayana and sent him to a Gurukula. At the Gurukula, Shankara's performance was truly astonishing. A prodigy that he was, he never forgot what was heard just once. Shankara became the guide and advisor to his classmates and won the respect of his teachers. The Brahmachari lived according to the instruction found in Srimad Bhagavata.
Dvitiyam prapyanupurya janmopanayanam dvijaha vasan gurukule danto brahmadhita chahutaha.
A Dvijanma, one who has earned his second birth, which is the Upanayana, must live in the Gurukula and study the Vedas. He should also do Sandhya Vandana and Samhita Dhana. Following the instruction, Sayam Prataru Paniya Bhaikshyam Gurave Nivedayet. One must obtain alms in the evening and morning and offer it to the Guru. Shankara with the other brahmacharis used to beg for food at the houses of villagers and led a righteous life. The brahmacharis would stand at the door of each house and sing, Bhavati Bhiksham Dehi, Bhavati Bhiksham Dehi. And the women devoutly offered food to appease their hunger. Golden shower of compassion. One day, Shankara went to the house of a highly devoted and austere Brahmin couple who were extremely poor. They were practicing Kapota Vritti, a livelihood that depended merely on the leftover grains in the harvested fields, after even the birds and the rats had taken their share. This is also called as Ayachita Vritti or Amrita Vritti, that is nectar obtained without begging. The Brahmana of the house had attained the mental strength to subsist on whatever came unsought or fasting if nothing came by. But his wife, who was extremely emaciated like the wife of Kuchela, felt deeply pained when a young brahmachari, radiant like Sanat Kumara, stood for bhiksha at her doorstep. Hearing the sweet voice, Bhavati Bhiksham Dehi, Amba Bhavati Bhiksham Dehi. She went to the kitchen and searched in all the vessels. Finally, finding a piece of salted amalaka, that is Indian gooseberry, she offered it in the bhiksha patra with tears and a sense of shame. Tears streamed from the eyes of Sri Shankara too. His compassion flowed spontaneously in the form of divine verses. The golden-hued one, who was extolled in the Vedas, the Harini, the beloved of Vishnu, goddess Lakshmi, appeared in the lotus heart of the child sage. From the throat of Shankara poured forth 18 beautiful verses, the Kanakadhara Stotra, as chaste as the Veda mantras, and with a sweetness and melody that would outshine even the poems of Kalidasa.
Angam harehe pulaka bhushanamashrayanti Bhrankanganeva mukula bharanam tamalam Angīkrita khila vibhūtirapangalīla Mangalyadastu mama mangala devataya Mugdha muhur vidadhati vadane murare Prematrava pranitani gata-gatani Maladrishur madhukariva mahotpaleya Same shriyam dishatu sagara sambhavaya Vishwamarendra pada vibhramadana daksham Ananda heturadhikam muravidvishopi ईशन्निषीदतु मयि क्षणमीक्षणार्धम् इन्दीवरोदरसहोदरमिन्दिरायाः आमीलिताक्षमधिगम्य मुदा मुकुन्दम् आनन्दकन्दमनिमेषमनङ्गतन्त्रम् आकेकरस्थितकनीनिकपक्ष्मनेत्रम् भूत्यै भवेन्मम भुजङ्गशयाङ्गनायाः बाह्वन्तरे मधुजितश्रुतकौस्तुभेया हारावलीव हरिनीलमयी विभाति कामप्रदा भगवतोऽपि कटाक्षमाला कल्याणमावहतु मे कमलालयायाः कालाम्बुदाळिललितोरसिकैटभारे धाराधरे स्फुरति या तटिदङ्गलेव मातुः समस्तजगतामहनीयमूर्तिः भद्राणि मे दिशतु भार्गवनन्दनायाः प्राप्तं पदं प्रथमतः खलु यत्प्रभावात् माङ्गल्यभाजि मधुमाथिनि मन्मथेन मय्यापतेत्तदिह मन्थरमीक्षणार्धम् मन्दालसं च मकरालय कन्यकायाः दद्यादयानुपवनो द्रविणाम्बुधारा अस्मिन्न किञ्चन विहङ्गशिशौ विषण्णे दुष्कर्म घर्ममपनीय चिराय दूरम् नारायण प्रणयिनी नयनाम्बुवाः इष्टाविशिष्टमतयोऽपि यया दयार्द्रदृष्ट्या त्रिविष्टपपदं सुलभं लभन्ते दृष्टिप्रहृष्टकमलोदरदीप्तिरिष्टा पुष्टिं कृषीष्ट मम पुष्करविष्टरायाः गीर्देवतेति गरुडध्वजसुन्दरीति शाकम्भरीति शशिशेखरवल्लभेति सृष्टिस्थितिप्रलयकेलिषु संस्थितायै तस्यै नमस्त्रिभुवनैकगुरोस्तरुण्यै श्रुत्यै नमोऽस्तु शुभकर्मफलप्रसूत्यै रत्यै नमोऽस्तु रमणीयगुणार्णवायै शक्त्यै नमोऽस्तु शतपत्रनिकेतनायै पुष्ट्यै नमोऽस्तु पुरुषोत्तमवल्लभायै नमोऽस्तु नाळीकनिभाननायै नमोऽस्तु दुग्धोदधिजन्मभूम्यै नमोऽस्तु सोमामृतसोदरायै नमोऽस्तु नारायणवल्लभायै सम्पत्कराणि सकलेन्द्रियनन्दनानि साम्राज्यदानविभवानि सरोरुहाक्षी त्वद्वन्दनानि दुरिताहरणोद्यतानि मामेव मातर्निशं कलयन्तु मान्ये यत्कटाक्षसमुपासना विधिः सेवकस्य सकलार्थसम्पदः सन्तनोति वचनाङ्गमानसैः त्वां मुरारिहृदयेश्वरीं भजे सरसिजनिलये सरोजहस्ते धवलतमां शुकगन्धमाल्यशोभे भगवती हरिवल्लभे मनोज्ञे त्रिभुवनभूतिकरि प्रसीद मह्यम् दिग्गस्तिभिक्कनककुम्भमुकावसृष्टस्वर्वाहिनी विमलचारुजलप्लुताङ्गी प्रातर्नमामि जगतां जननीमशेषलोकाधिनाथगृहिणीम् अमृताब्धिपुत्रीम् कमले कमलाक्षवल्लभे त्वम् करुणापूरतरङ्गितैरपाङ्गैः अवलोकय मामकिञ्चनानां प्रथमं पात्रम् अकृत्रिमं दयाया स्तुवन्ति ये स्तुतिभिरमीभिरन्वहम् त्रयीमयीं त्रिभुवनमातरं रमा गुणाधिका गुरुतर भाग्यभाजिनो भवन्ति ते भुवि बुधभाविताशया
On hearing these verses, soaked in immense compassion, flowing torrentially like Ganga from the lips of Sri Shankara, the lady stood in ecstasy with folded hands. The grazing cows and the flying birds, the passers-by and the brahmacharis, all stood transfixed as if in a painting. The stillness of bliss permeated the blue expanse and was like the waveless ocean. The brahmachari moved on, but the beloved of Vishnu, the goddess of prosperity, lingered. That family became the recipient of the Lord's grace. Heaven poured down wealth. Soon abundant resources flowed unsought into the family, and a rumor went around that there had been a shower of golden amalakas in that house. However, the Brahmana couple had the firm conviction that all of this was dreamlike, and that the Lord alone is the truth, and they remained even more devoted to the Lord. This is one of the few recorded incidents of Shankara's compassion in his Purvashrama days. There might be many more that remain unknown. Thus ends the 6th Sopanam.